Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to day number 3, the final day of the Aroma Summit 2023 by AromaTrust. So glad to have you here and have you back. We are in for another treat today. I'm going to do a little recap of yesterday and talk about what's coming up for today. Yesterday was amazing. I want to first thank all of the helpers at the Aroma Summit, to Andrea and Glenda and Aaron and Joseph and Carmen for just stepping in and making things happen. I couldn't do it without you. You guys are amazing. I think you've seen some of the things that they've gone through during the summit to make sure things are working for you. We even had Glenda yesterday doing some interpreting for us so we could help one of the speakers to get on a call. So just some amazing things behind the scenes, and I'm just so proud of this team for just getting through everything and coming up with new ideas. So we've been creating things on the fly. As you might notice today, that there is going to be an additional session that I just came up with yesterday morning. Well, it's an idea I've been thinking about for several months, but to bring it to the summit, that was an idea just yesterday morning. So we added it to the schedule, and that's blending buddies. And that's going to come up right after this session right now. So at 10:30 Eastern, we'll go into blending buddies, which I know we've been in a live webinar this entire summit, and we'll continue to do that for the live Q&As. This session, Blending Buddies, is going to happen in Zoom because we want to make this a really personal experience, and our helpers are super users for Zoom. So we're gonna go in there because we want to make this a really amazing experience, and you're not going to want to miss this one. It's really going to be a connecting experience. We're going to get to know each other a little bit better, talk about some blending. So it's not just blending essential oils, but blending buddies, right? So blending essential oils together, but also blending each other, the aromatherapy community, which is what AromaTrust is about, which is what the Aroma Summit is about, is that blending and bringing people together and bringing them closer and closer connections. So please, if you don't have that in your schedule, add it. If you still don't have it in your schedule, it's okay. You can still come in, just go in. If you haven't registered yet for the Aroma Summit, please go do that right now. You're not going to want to miss today. We had great talks the first 2 days. If you get basic access, you can still watch some of the videos from yesterday. Anything that happened yesterday will be available 24 hours after that talk went live. So you'll start to see them disappearing. If you're on basic, you'll start seeing them disappearing. But VIPs will have continued access to the pre-recorded interview sessions that you all watched, you've been watching so far. The live Q&As will be available within a couple of weeks in the replays for the VIP area. And also remember that these videos are searchable. So if you want to see what that looks like when you're in any of the speaker sessions and any of the talks, you can hover over the screen where the video is playing, and up in the top right corner, you'll see a little search magnifying glass icon. So if you click on that, you can search within that video to search any words that you want, and you can come to that spot in the video. It'll show you every time that word is mentioned. So that's a great way to just explore the video a little bit more. And if you're a VIP, then you get continued access to that. And not only just one video at a time, but the entire video library from the summit. So you can search back through all of the videos. It's like having a personal assistant for the summit, and just having a personal recorder. Imagine going any class you ever went to, you had that searchability. I remember in many classes taking pages and pages and pages of notes, and it helped me to remember as I'm taking the notes. Don't stop taking notes. That's a great thing to do. But if I wanted to go back and reference my notes, it took a while to flip through 30 or 40 pages from a class to see what I want to recall. So one of the things I know that people are always concerned about is remembering and having that memory of the things that you learn. And if you're VIP, you don't have to remember it all. You just have to remember one little word, or close to a word and type it in, and you'll find results within the VIP section of the Aroma Summit. So I hope you will do that. And so just to highlight a couple more benefits of VIP, we're going to have some follow-up events. So after the summit, we're going to have some times where we get together and just talk about, just unpack everything that happened here, because right now we're just in, crazy full on mode. And then after the summit, we have a little bit of chance to digest that, maybe watch some of the replays, and then come back to conversations and see what do we want to do with this information and take some action on it. So VIPs get that opportunity as well. And also there's continuing education credits available from the organizations. If you're not sure about your organization, check with them, but there will be a certificate of attendance that is available for VIPs. So you can ask that of your organization, and most of the major organizations will be accepting. They did last year, and they've agreed that they would do that again this year. So 35 CE credits for attending as a VIP. So lots of great benefits, and also all the bonuses. Check out those bonuses at thearomasummit.com. You can see all the different bonuses there and see if there's anything that appeals to you. And oftentimes there's just one thing that will cover the cost of the summit, right? So you get all that searchability of the summit, the extra events, plus the bonuses that alone can be worth just the ticket price for the summit. So I encourage you to check those out. Speaking of the ticket price, I still have not switched over. I've been so focused on making this event awesome that I still have not switched it over. It takes several steps for me to do that. So likely it will be tomorrow morning that I will turn all that over. So within the 24-hour replay period of the talks from today. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and upgrade, because lucky day, you have still some time to get that special pricing before it goes up to the regular price. So great. So that's just another extra little fun fact. So let's see. I have so much to cover this morning. Today, also, we have Dr. Danielle Pénoël from France, who's going to be talking about unifying the subtle and medical aromatherapy, and really important discussion. So I hope you get to catch that. We have Melani Kovac talking about transforming aromatherapy in your country. I know I'm forgetting some things. Oh, we have Vera Ventura that's going to be doing a live meditation. So just to kind of like all breathe and have a little bit of a respite from our time together, that will give you a chance to re-energize and come into the after party all refreshed. So at the end of the day, the last session is the after party. Now, last year I made it the VIP after party. I've been to many events where there's a VIP after party. And so that's what we did last year. This year, I just want to make it everybody. You're all VIPs at the after party. Come on in to the after party and join us. And I had the question this morning, what's going to happen at the after party? What's planned for the after party? And my answer was, and she asked also, can I come in my pajamas? So the answer is yes, you can come in your pajamas. And the only thing planned is fun. So prepare to have fun. I'll be putting on my party dress. You can too, but anything you want to wear, you can come in and join us at the after party. It's just a great time. We've had so many wonderful experiences together. So I want to just share that with each other and have that time at the end. And an important thing to remember too, and something I've been forgetting in my morning welcomes, is that this is a pretty intense event. Okay. So we're taking our 3 days to just be immersed completely in aromatherapy, and it's a wonderful space to be in. I have just really enjoyed all the conversations and the connections that are happening, that will continue to happen today. So I just want to remind you to take care of yourself, okay? Take some bathroom breaks. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. I always have my water bottle right next to me. Make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids. Make sure you get outside, okay? We're talking about nature here. We're talking about essential oils and plants and nature. And so don't forget to go there too, to go out and connect. And so just go outside and take a deep breath of fresh air, and maybe put your feet on the ground, just really connect back with the earth, and then come back and join us for the rest of the summit. And so our 3 days, this is our third day. So I want to just talk a little bit about re-entry and what that means and why it's important to be aware of. So 3 days of intense, just fun and connections and being able to talk all you want about aromatherapy. I don't know about you, but I talk about aromatherapy, and most people's eyes glaze over. They just don't, they might be interested and say they want to hear more, but the more I talk about it, the more I see that glazed eye look. So that doesn't happen here at the Aroma Summit. At the Aroma Summit, we all get to just talk about it as much as we want. And then oftentimes we go offline and talk more about it, right? So there is a lot of great conversation happening. So when you get to the end of the summit, you may find that not many people want to hear about what a great time you had, right? They may want to hear about it for a little bit, but not forever. And I always think of this experience when I attended a camp when I was a kid and I went away for a weekend. I had this amazing experience and made all these new friends and had all these wonderful things happen. And it was about 2 hours away. So my parents had to come pick me up. And the whole way home, all they could do was talk about that experience and about that weekend. And by the time we got home, they were happy to see me when I got in the car. But by the time we got home, they were like, we'll see it a little bit. Why don't you just go relax for a while? Because they had just had enough, right? So you may find that the people in your everyday life are not understanding what you're so excited about. So I encourage you to just be aware of that, take care of yourself, and just make sure you're getting what you need. Make sure you're like writing down, maybe journal about your experience. And I would love for anybody to share what those experiences are. I would love to hear some feedback. And also just make sure that you're, just really taking care of yourself in the next few days and continue to do those things like drinking plenty of water and getting some rest, because some people have been staying up all night to be part of the summit. So make sure that you catch up with all of that. And also in the chat during each session, there's a chat box. So you can connect with people. Make sure you're making those connections so you can keep talking to people, right? Share your socials, share your email accounts as you're comfortable, and just start to make those connections so that you can keep talking, right? I'm sure a lot of friend requests have gone out, Facebook friend requests, LinkedIn requests, and Instagram follows have happened during the summit. So keep that up so that you can continue to connect with each other. It's really important that we have this community that we can draw on, that we can just be ourselves, be our aroma friends, our aroma selves, and just connect with each other on that level, something that's so important to each of us. So make sure you're doing that. And also I'd like to talk a little bit about the AHA recorder, that if you're in the summit, once you're logged in, on the left-hand side, you may have noticed yesterday a pink button that appeared, a little tab on the left-hand side. And that is just a little form that you can fill out. So if you click on that pink button, please do. And the form pops up. And when you go into that form, it will give you some questions. And so this is where I can get some feedback about the summit, know what you're loving about it. This really helps me to keep going and know what you loved, what you'd like to see next year. And also just all those aha moments, when you're listening to a speaker or when you're in a Q&A session and having a conversation with someone and a light bulb just goes off. That's amazing. So hope you don't mind me sharing. Anna yesterday, Anna in one of our groups was sharing that she came to the summit last year and wasn't sure what school she wanted to go to. But this year, by now, she's already attending. She chose her school. She's doing all kinds of things. And the connections that she's made has just made her just excited about aromatherapy and really inspired her to ramp up her journey and to come back. And we had someone yesterday write to me that they were just, they've been looking forward to this event all year since the Aroma Summit. So I love hearing those things. So I would just love to hear your experience. So please click on that pink button. It's a huge ask. I know, to take a couple of seconds to do that, but it really would help me to the Aroma Summit, to the next experience, because the Aroma Summit is, last year I gave all the numbers, how many people attended, how many different countries, and those are nice numbers. But the most important thing is making impact. And what I really want to do is have an impact on the aromatherapy world so that people can get the right information and the right time that they need it. And so the summit is all about that. We have people that are just starting out in aromatherapy, and some people signed up just on a pure curiosity. They have never done anything with aromatherapy before, but someone that they trusted and liked and knew said, you should check this out. And so they did. And so welcome to this wonderful world of aromatherapy. You have so much great things ahead of you. And then we have people that are students that are just still learning about aromatherapy. And we have seasoned aromatherapists, 20, 30, 40 years, 50 plus years of experience. Plus they are, clinical level aromatherapists, registered aromatherapists. We have every level of person in aromatherapy, people that buy from one company, people that buy from many companies, so many different people here. And so, everybody, I want to have that impact so that we can have this greater community where we work together, where we are kind, supportive, and generous community. And so that all starts here. So just another reminder that during the summit to always assume the best from everybody and come at things with kindness so that we are helping people to want to learn more, to want to come back. And so really giving people the benefit of the doubt, including our helpers, because I tell you, they are amazing, making things happen for you behind the scenes, and just great stuff. So to recap, we've got some great things coming up today. Please, all day long, please go to that pink button, and you can hit that pink button as many times as you want to keep sharing your aha moments. I want to know what things are really standing out for you. What would you like to see more of? Because I want the impact to be greater and greater every time the summit happens and in between. Yesterday at the panel discussion, we had some pretty intense conversations about the future of aromatherapy, about what's important and what can we do better as a community. And so it was, the idea came up that we could do some things in between. And so look out for those things coming up where we can have some further, deeper discussions about these topics that are important to us so that we can start to really make an impact, make changes in aromatherapy that will benefit everyone. So that's what the summit is all about, making those positive changes for the future so that we have a future in aromatherapy. Nothing is ever 100%, right? So we have to make sure that that is good for the future for all of us and for everyone that comes after us. So grateful for all the people that have come before. They've written those amazing books and done the classes for us and given us all this information. And then we want to make sure we do that same thing for the future. So okay. So we have these amazing speakers today. We have blending buddies coming up in just a few minutes. So come on into blending buddies. It's going to be a unique experience. So this one is in Zoom. I just want to say that again. This one is in Zoom. So you'll need a device that is Zoom enabled. So most people have that. Hopefully you're all good for that, but it's a little bit different from what we've done throughout the rest of the summit. It's the only session. We might do the after party in Zoom. We'll see. But definitely blending buddies will be in Zoom. So come on in. We have our amazing helpers that are going to ask us some questions to keep us going. We're going to breakout rooms, and there'll be some instruction and just some guidance and talking about blending, because that has been a big concern for a lot of attendees. When you filled in your form, when you registered, there was a question, what is your biggest challenge? And one of the biggest challenges is blending. So let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's have an experience with that. So looking forward to that. And then at the end of the day, of course, our after party. And in between, we have the live meditations. So give yourself a little refreshing break and do a meditation with us. So wow. And also just re-entry, making sure you're taking care of yourself today, make sure you're taking care of yourself after the summit, make connections, reach out to other people at the summit, and then we'll be back together again next year, hopefully, right? So, and in between, so if you're VIP, you can go to those extra events that we're going to have in between. Also, just some great things. So check it out. And also just want to mention one more time that VIP is still the early bird price because I just have not had a chance to go in and take those 8 or 10 steps that I need to switch it over. So I'm going to just enjoy the event, be present with you here, and then I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that tomorrow. So just if you haven't done it already, go head over. You can see what all the bonuses are. See if there's even 1 or 2 that call to you. That is worth it just right there. And the summit itself, the replay value of the searchable library is worth it and beyond. So check that out. And I'm going to just stop talking because I want to take myself a breath, right? Center myself, because we're about to go into blending buddies. So I'll see you in there and check it out. We'll see you soon. All right. Have a great day. Day number 3.